I am probably the president's #1 fan, and that's not going to change.
Nicki Minaj, you behaved badly. You behaved badly in Philadelphia. You should remember that, bitch.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues.
Nicki Minaj has stepped into what many people are calling her MAGA phase, and the response has been immediate, loud, and very public. Instead of celebrating her, a number of black celebrities are criticizing her decisions. Some are warning that this path could cost her more than followers.
And some of the stuff that Nicki Minaj said out of her mouth left me flabbergasted. She said things like Donald Trump and JD Vance were heroes, that they were role models for our children. She said that when they speak, she can tell that they're speaking for us, that they make us feel proud to be American. She said that they have given us a chance to beat the bad guys and win. She also said something to the effect that really bothered me. Nicki Minaj said, it's not just that, and I'm paraphrasing, I want to try to get it correct, but she said something to the effect that it's not just that we tell black children to feel proud of themselves, but it's like we're doing that, and at the same time, we're telling other children not to feel proud of themselves.
There are also voices saying this change might explain why her support and income appear to be shrinking. What makes this even more surprising is that Nicki did not always speak this way. During Donald Trump's first term, she criticized him openly and even called out other stars who backed him. In 2020, during a live conference, she said she would never join the Trump wave. She spoke emotionally about children separated from parents at the border and connected it to her own experience of coming to America as a young immigrant escaping poverty. Now the picture looks very different. Nicki is calling herself Trump's biggest supporter and praising him as the greatest president.
Greatest and most successful female rapper in history, Nicki Minaj. I didn't know Nicki, and I've been hearing over the years she's a big Trump supporter and a Trump fan, and she took a little heat on occasion.
I am probably the president's #1 fan, and that's not going to change. And the hate or what people have to say, it does not affect me at all. It actually motivates me to support him more.
That sharp turn surprised many fans who remembered her earlier statements. Because of that, several black celebrities responded. One of the first to react was D.L. Hughley.
Nicki Minaj went to Turning Point and started talking and it was, the whole Epstein list was happening when she was at Turning Point, which is a weird thing because, first off, Charlie Kirk despised her. Charlie Kirk, she was everything he despised. Yeah. He believed she was bad for black women, black young people, and she was here illegally. So she was everything she despised. And then she was talking about Christianity and all that. The funny thing to me is, she said something about Gavin Newsom. The one thing for sure is Gavin Newsom ain't on the Epstein list.
After Nicki criticized California SC Governor on Laney, Hughley answered strongly. He argued that she should not speak about protecting children while serious accusations and convictions involve people close to her.
And she don't need to worry about Gavin Newsom. What she need to worry about Chris Hansen. She need to worry about. You sitting up there pretending as if you care about children, trans or otherwise, and your husband is a registered offender, and your brother is a offender. I'm like, I bet you what, kids are safer being trans than at your house. Well, she shouldn't be able to allow. She shouldn't be. Her trick or treating must be in a sheriff station parking lot. She should be able to watch New Kids on the Block. She can have Cabbage Patch Kids. She can have Sour Patch Kids. But it's these people that contort their logic while you're glorifying a dude who's credibly on the Epstein list. There's a girl, a 14-year-old girl. They're in documentation. This man invited a 45-year-old man invited 14-year-old girls to parties. Who does that?
Pedophiles.
Stop it. Stop it. We know he spent hours with her, one of the victims, in Mar-a-Lago. It's a girl who said her uncle and Jeffrey Epstein trapped her, and that she used to get have with Trump all the time, and then there came a baby and they threw it in the middle. They aborted it and threw it in the middle of the ocean. Stop. So anybody with these pretenses of morality about anything else, telling me how much you love kids while you sit there with somebody who brutalizes them like that, is the most asinine thing I've ever seen in my life.
His message spread quickly and showed how intense the backlash would become. Others reminded people that Nicki's rise was powered in part by major love from the LGBTQ community. Recently, though, many felt her words were pushing those same supporters away. Reality star Tiffany Pollard talked about it publicly. She said Nicki's support for Trump felt hurtful to loyal fans. Tiffany added that she still enjoys the music, but not the current attitude, and she hinted that Nicki might need stronger guidance from people around her. 6.
Nicki, you know, we love her music. I've spoken to her several times. You know, collectively, I feel like we were a little bit disappointed with her, but I feel like she needs to spend a lot of time with Mr. Bruce Springsteen. She needs to go sit on his lap and let him speak some words of wisdom to her heart. Because somebody got her off track and she needs guidance back home.
I know right now you're very outspoken. Do you think that celebrities should just kind of stay out of the politics talk? Would that be something you would say?
Absolutely not. I feel like celebrities should get involved, speak their truth, because we're here. We live here, damn it. And what we feel means a whole lot. We don't always want to live a fairy tale. We need to be in the conversation and really in the thick of it, because we hurt, and a lot of people are, see, now I want to talk about politics when I shouldn't. I can be here all night with you.
Fire grew even bigger when Nicki criticized TV host Don Lemon. He answered back, asking why people continued to defend her, when, in his opinion, she was disrespecting the same groups that helped her become famous. At the same time, rumors spread that Beyoncé and the Carter family had distanced themselves from Nicki. Sources claimed Beyoncé was disappointed that Nicki's image had become nonstop online conflict and political arguments. Fans began noticing that opportunities once available to Nicki seemed to be disappearing. Then Umar Johnson joined the debate with a different angle. He suggested conservative movements may be lifting Nicki up as a new high-profile black supporter after others no longer fit their plans. In his view, she is being placed in front of cameras even if it harms her standing in her own community.
I believe that Donald Trump and the conservative movement in this country selected Nicki Minaj because they needed a replacement for Candace Owens. Remember, Candace Owens has fallen out of favor with the Republican Party and the mainstream conservative white agenda, because she's now exposing the Zionist control of the conservative movement and of the United States government. In fact, Art, I would argue that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I believe, by the Zionist movement. Charlie Kirk began to question Zionist infiltration of the U.S. government. He began to question Zionist control of U.S. institutions, systems, and industries. And he began to get a little bit out of hand with his rebuke of the Israeli agenda. I believe that's why Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I believe that because he was becoming so unapologetic in his criticism of the Israeli influence in America, along with the Zionist influence of America, that he was unalived. And because Candace Owens followed suit behind Charlie Kirk, and she started exposing the Zionist control of the United States government, they had to distance themselves from Candace. So if we're going to distance ourselves from Candace, and this is Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and the mainstream white conservative movement, we got to find another black woman. We got to find another black woman who can compete with Candace Owens nationally and internationally, to bring attention away from Candace Owens, who is highlighting the Israeli influence on American politics. And so who better to use than Nicki Minaj? Now, I don't know why Nicki Minaj is doing this. I don't know if she's getting paid. I don't know if it's a favor. I don't know if it's an exchange, as some people have suggested. Okay, I don't know, but I know it's not right. I know it's wrong.
He also questioned why she would appear at events criticizing the teaching of black history while she herself is raising a black child.
This is absolutely insane to see such a talented, beautiful black woman build her career through black culture by way of the hip hop movement, become a multi-millionaire, one of the top selling artists of this century, and to use black culture to build your career and then turn around and use the platform that was created through black culture and hip hop. And now you're going to use your platform and your prominence within our culture to work against the progress of black people by joining Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Erica Kirk, Turning Point USA against the best interests of black people. It's bothersome.
This leaves many people asking one thing: was this MAGA decision worth it? Dr. Umar said he cannot tell if Nicki acted for financial reasons or because of private pressure, but he believes something major pushed her this way, especially since her career is not as strong as before. Not everyone spoke as carefully. Lizzo was far more direct. She thinks Nicki made a strategic move, not a heartfelt one. Lizzo believes Nicki saw attention fading and decided MAGA could bring headlines, protection, and income.
I'm getting texts like about Nicki, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't even know. Then, I researched and saw what was going on, and I'm gonna say it like this: celebrities' opinions of other celebrities does not matter. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. So my opinion of her does not matter. But what I will tell you is you're about to see an influx of people who see that it is more profitable and more beneficial to join that side. You're going to see it. It already started, and it's going to continue. This is his first year. This is Trump's first year.
Lizzo warned others might follow. In her opinion, once stars begin losing relevance, switching political sides can become a business plan. She said the pattern is already visible. Online reactions were even tougher. Some fans argued Nicki was not simply changing opinions but being used. Others felt she traded principles for security while her peak years passed. Then came waves of jokes and criticism. Many people said her style, influence, and support seemed to decline after she aligned with MAGA. One person wrote that it looked like watching her damage a legacy for an administration that would not last to 2029. Another commenter said, praising Trump and J.D. Vance showed how wealth can distance celebrities from everyday reality. What shocked critics most was how far Nicki went, making serious claims without proof, insulting groups that once stood by her, and teasing industry secrets while delaying new music because of contract trouble.
And Trevor Noah mentions Nicki Minaj on stage. Yeah, a little jokey joke, a little smile, a little chuckle.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very important issues. Actually, Nicki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nicki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look at it, baby.
And Nicki said, oh, now y'all remember my name? She turned internet Twitter into a war zone. After she saw that clip, she went straight to Twitter and wrote the caption, Trevor refuses to come out the closet when everybody in the industry knows his boyfriend. Allegedly. Then she went in apocalypto mode and decided to go off on the whole industry, especially Jay-Z. She started saying he was a predator. She started saying that the gatekeepers of the industry and they demonic and all this political stuff, man. She went and had a field day. She first started off and responded to somebody's question with a Chucky doll and said, true or false. That person said Jay-Z dated Foxy Brown when she was 15 and took her virginity when she was 23. Jay-Z was out with Aaliyah when she was 15, 16, 17, and he was 26. Jay-Z met Beyonce at 16 and started dating her when he was 30. Jay-Z signed Rihanna at 16, as she said in an interview. Nicki Minaj responded to that clip and said, true or false, with a Chucky doll leaning to the side. Then she posted a picture of Jay-Z with Aaliyah and Diddy and wrote the hashtag Predator. Then she posted a picture of Chucky drinking a martini and wrote the caption, Your favorite artists have been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and do crazy stuff in the form of a blood sacrifice to their God. You see, when your master is Satan, you just constantly shed blood. However, the gig is up.
Nicki kept showing up at major MAGA gatherings, applauding Trump and calling herself his top fan. She posted online about special access and relationships. Even though officials later softened those claims, critics felt she looked like someone reaching for political influence as music industry power slipped. That is why many black celebrities say this is not confidence but panic. They believe she chose controversy because support, money, and affection were fading. Financial rumors have added to the conversation. Reports now say Nicki could risk losing her $20 million house in Hidden Hills, California. Court papers show a man named Thomas Weidenmuller wants a judge to force the sale so he can recover money he says he is owed. The dispute dates back to 2019, when Weidenmuller worked security at one of Nicki's concerts in Germany. He claims an encounter involving her husband left him badly hurt. Records say he later needed several operations on his jaw. A court awarded him a little more than $500,000, but he says payment has not come, so lawyers are asking the court to help collect it. What surprised observers is that Nicki is often estimated to be worth well above $100 million. Her own attorney has noted she should be able to cover the judgment. Nicki replied online that she did not realize money remained unpaid. She blamed a former manager, saying information was not properly delivered and accusing that person of mishandling her finances. To critics, the timing looks troubling. While she is loudly entering political battles, she is also under heavy legal and financial strain. Many feel the switch came from pressure, not power. There have also been years of speculation that her conflict with Cardi B might have been amplified to keep attention on both of them. That question resurfaced when Jaguar Wright was asked about it in an interview. The host wondered whether public fights dragging in families and children are what hip-hop has become.
Two female rappers, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, going at it. Kids get involved. Things get ugly. All Twitter wars. When a Jaguar Wright sees something like this, and this is the women, this is hip-hop, I guess you could say. Is this fair game?
Yeah. What hip hop is now?
That's the question.
That's not hip hop. And honestly, the simple fact that people are even making that seem like it has something to do with the culture only goes to show exactly how far we are removed from it. It's reality TV with a soundtrack. I ain't interested. See, my interests have changed. My interests are now focused on the harm that this so-called hip-hop culture has done to the public and what we can do to turn it around. What we can do to stop making weirdo behavior a prerequisite for success in entertainment.
Jaguar answered that many celebrity battles act as distractions. She believes online drama often hides deeper problems. She said she had spoken about her own experiences and about others, women and men who, she says, were harmed in the business. She explained her anger comes from feeling dismissed, as if people keep pretending she is making things up. Reading documents and testimonies, then seeing the public defend powerful figures is deeply upsetting to her.
Nicki Minaj, you behaved badly. You behaved badly in Philadelphia. You should remember that. That's still my shit. I will move mountains. I'll have every stripper that you shorted, because you were supposed to pay them the full, but you only paid them the half and promised them you was going to come back and pay more money. Let's talk about what a cheap hoe you are. And all the cup you snorted in the fucking strip clubs, bitch. I know real hoes, not people who pretend to be hoes to sell records to dumbass. I'm a grown woman, Nicki Minaj. You don't want this heat, because I will keep it all the way to being about every thing I know about your trifling ass. You and your level 3 sex offender husband. Sue me, bitch. Sue me. Leave nosy alone. You want to fight, bitch, you can come get it with me. And ain't nobody afraid of you or Zoo. I imagine role play in your marriage is amazing, because the both of you get to pretend to be really despicable people and do awful to each other. Perfect. Honestly, I think y'all for each other. Please, y'all two demons, be together so you don't nobody else's life. But don't inflict us with it. Stop threatening victims before you become one, Nicki. Stop threatening victims before you become one, because I promise you, I got that heavyweight for you.
She also spoke directly to victims who haven't come forward yet. Jaguar said she understands how scary it is to speak out, especially when the people involved seem untouchable. She said she prays for them daily and reminded them that some people have waited decades for justice. If they haven't given up, she believes no one else should either.
I'll tell everything I know about that and all the she did in Philly, and I'll bring witnesses. So, how about that? Because I paid everybody I ever with in Philly. You a cheap fucking trick, yo. You a cheap ass trick, Nicki Minaj. And you should know better, because you was a fucking stripper too. Did you like when anybody showed that you on a lap dance? I'm saying it right now, you sniffing fucking idiot. I ain't the one. And you don't want the work I got for you. You can have all the gang ties to the Bloods you want. I know Crips, baby. I know real fucking gangsters.
Jaguar also sent a message to victims who remain silent. She said she understands the fear when the accused seem untouchable. She keeps them in her prayers and reminds them that some individuals waited decades for justice. If they kept going, she believes others can too.
I'll tell everything I know about that and all the she did in Philly, and I'll bring witnesses. So, how about that? Because I paid everybody I ever with in Philly. You a cheap fucking trick, yo. You a cheap ass trick, Nicki Minaj. And you should know better, because you was a fucking stripper too. Did you like when anybody showed that you on a lap dance? I'm saying it right now, you sniffing fucking idiot. I ain't the one. And you don't want the work I got for you. You can have all the gang ties to the Bloods you want. I know Crips, baby. I know real fucking gangsters.
Today, Jaguar's words sound less isolated because large media organizations are reporting similar issues. One headline states that Nicki Minaj is facing a lawsuit from a former tour worker over assault and battery. Court filings claim she struck a man employed during her Pink Friday to tour. The complaint, submitted in Los Angeles Superior Court by Brandon Garrett, says the event happened backstage after a Detroit performance. Garrett says he later took an Uber to the airport and attempted to reach the Detroit Police Department to make a report. As information like this becomes public, many people are rethinking Nicki's reputation and wondering whether criticism from other black celebrities is about more than politics or internet drama. So the final question remains, is Nicki being rewarded or pressured into this behavior? Or does she truly stand with Donald Trump and JD Vance? Tell us what you think in the comments.